Here we go then. Carburetor. Removed it from the bike. Let's strip it down. Let's start with the idle jet. Yeah, so fuck all that carb rebuild stuff. Rebuilt it, didn't work again. So I bought a new carb. Same thing, so without that little jet on the side with the extra thing here. So I'm just running one. There we go. New carb. So it's time to do these brakes, and I found the simplest way to take them off is to leave your so the back locking nuts, leave them in place so it's roughly the tensioning, and just wind these ones off so the whole wheel moves across that way, and that gives you access to these two Allen keys here, and that should just pop off. So let's try that. Oh yeah, Duff man. One. Come on. Two. Should slide. And there we go. So I use my cheapy eBay vacuum kit. We now have a bled back brake. It's not going to turn that well. I also replaced the what do they call it? Split pin on there. We now have a good strong back brake. So that's another job off the list. What's next? Next thing on the list, valve clearances. We're really knocking out some jobs here. So I've been online, I found out the valve clearances are 0.4 to 0.04 to 0.06 for intake, 0.05 to 0.06 for exhaust. So let's get the top off and see what kind of demons we've got lurking in there. See what we can see. Ah, that's not too terrible, is it? What the fuck? Is that welded? Is that rocker welded? Can you see? Never seen that before. Like, in all my years of experience, whoop-de-fuck. Well, that's interesting. Let's come back round here anyway. So, obviously, exhaust. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look. Is there actually a gasket in there? Kind of. Looks like it's been sticky stuffed a couple of times. Oops. And this idiot just dropped it. Right, let's do them valve clearances then. There we have it. Valve clearances done. Let's have a look at the board. Yep, that's done. That's done. That's done. That's done. We'll kind of leave that as we need battery and I finish the wiring, even though it's, you know, it's there. So we've got to tidy it up. But I think first thing we do is put some tools away and see if it runs down the road any better. as you saw from that test ride clip, the power was surging and falling off and surging and falling off. So that was what ultimately led me to get the new carburetor, which straight out the box, it ran fine. It's running fine. So we're going to take that for a test ride in a minute, but I just want to show you some of the other little jobs I did. So I've got battery, which I think is a 9, so either a 7 or a 9 amp hour battery, but that fits in there quite nicely. Obviously haven't got the top on it yet. I painted with just a bit of black spray paint under the seat where I've been grinding and welding and stuff. So that's all done. I made the spacers for the tank. So the tank is now central. So we've got, if you look down in there, there's some spacers. This has made me think I want to buy a lathe to knock up things like that are a bit fancier. What else have we done? Oh yeah, the clock. So I'll put some photos up, but I wanted the clock to sit in the recess here, but the recess was a lot smaller, so I ended up measuring it and sanding this away. You can see on this side where I've kind of sanded it away. I'll overlay some photos to show you kind of what I did. But that clock's loosely mounted, not loosely, it's tight, but it's loosely, like these ain't going to stay. There's going to be some proper brackets for this. This was just 2 bits of metal to get the measurements. What else have we done? So I'm thinking I wanted to take the front mudguard bits off, fuck they're called, but I'm thinking of making a clip that comes off that holds the speedo cable, which by the way I got a speedo cable thanks to a guy called Gertz, because this one's got a weird, I was having trouble finding this connection, like the internal of the speedo is threaded, so the case had to be threaded on the outside, so I had trouble finding that. But this guy on 125 Choppers, it's a Facebook page, Gertz, he's kind of helped me a few times before. Just don't know the guy, don't even know if it's his real name, but anyway, he had the advice, so I ordered this and it mounts onto that, so that's all good. We've got things going on. So tomorrow my job tomorrow is I'm going to the bike shop. I'm going to buy some fuel line and some fuel filters. We're going to get rid of the tank, the hanging tank, and start running it off the actual petrol tank itself. It's raining. So as you can see from that footage, the test ride went really well. No issues with bogging down. Unfortunately, couldn't do too much through the gears. There was traffic. The footage itself was actually shit because the chest mount doesn't come up high enough to actually get a proper view. So I'm looking at maybe a helmet mounted one or something. I don't know, but surely that'd be lower. No, that's a joke. Yeah, so the bike is pretty much done. Couple of little tighten up bits. This will be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. The next video will be this bike doing stupid stuff at the Mallee Mile. Fingers crossed. Which, considering I had loads of time, is now 2 weeks away. So yeah, I'm going to throw this video up. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you come back for the next one. Please like, please subscribe, leave a comment. It all really helps my tiny little channel. Tiny.